Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Last night, to get ready for today, I put 3 big bone-in, skin-on chicken breasts in my crock pot to cook overnight so they would be ready this morning. And so I'm going to be using this chicken in at least 1 and I think 2 recipes today. But first, I have to do a quick tidy. I'm not good at cleaning up the kitchen at night, and so I've got to clean it up this morning before I get started. So let's do that real quick. So while I'm tidying up here, I just want to talk to you a little bit about these kitchen counters of mine. You're going to see in a little while, it's going to look like I'm working on a dirty surface. It is a stain. We use a lot of cast iron, like almost pretty much everything we use is cast iron on the stove. And my big cast iron roaster got put on my counter, and then it left like a rusty stain that's just not coming off. And so exciting news, I am going to be painting my kitchen cabinet a minty green color, I think. And I'm trying to figure out what in the world I'm going to do with these countertops, because we can't afford to replace them yet, and they are just a big hot mess. And so if you have any suggestions, like what color should I paint my countertops if my cabinets are going to be a pale minty green? Okay, now that these are cool enough for me to touch, I'm going to pick the meat off the bone, and I'll put the carcass that's left back in the crock pot and let it simmer a little longer. This is one of the benefits of just doing the chicken breast instead of the whole chicken, because it's a lot easier to pick off the bone. Hot, 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 hot. Okay, so let's see how quick that was. I got all that left. Put it in here. I'm debating whether I should add more water. A little more. I'll put it on high. Yeah, high. Move this out of the way a bit. Okay. Since I'm using this chicken to make multiple recipes, and I don't want it sitting out at room temperature while I make all of them, I'm going to just go ahead and cut the chicken up, because that's how I want it for my recipes. I'm going to cut the chicken up, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge and just get out how much I need for each recipe. I figure that's going to be the safest way to do it. So here we go. You know, I've been talking about using up the things that I already have in my freezer, in my refrigerator, in my pantry. And this chicken breast is one of those items I stocked up when they were on sale. Now, we don't have chicken very often because my husband doesn't like chicken. My boys love chicken. And so I'm trying to incorporate more chicken into our diet. And even if it's just for their lunches, which they have chicken sandwiches every day, but I'm trying to create a healthier version of those chicken sandwiches, and I do use chicken for that. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make a batch of chicken patties with this. I may make some, but usually I need this much just to make the chicken patties that I make. I have a recipe that I created, and it's on a video. I'll see if I can find it and post it below. If I don't, just remind me. I have some other things in mind that I'm going to use this for. And again, we're trying to use up what we have. And chicken is one of those things, when they go on sale, I stock up. When chicken breasts go on sale, you know, it might be for like $1.25 or something like that. You better believe I'm going to stock up. I don't mind if it's bone-in and not just boneless, skinless, because this has more nutrients in it. So there is that. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the fridge, and we'll get on to our next project. Alright, y'all scoot up here next to me. We're gonna make some mayonnaise, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna do is crack a fresh egg that is room temperature. I just actually gathered these just now. And I wondered, do y'all know, have y'all ever heard that the ones that are rounded like this are going to be female, and the ones with a sharp point on them like this are going to be roosters? If you know if this is true or not, let me know, because I would love to know. We're gonna use the hen today. So we're gonna put in 1 egg. Okay. We're going to put in some mustard. That might be too much. We're going to put in a tablespoon of vinegar. We're going to put in a pinch of salt. We're going to add some whey, because this will help it to last longer in the fridge. I don't know how much. We'll see how much is here. Right at a tablespoon. So we'll add the whey in there. Where's my lid? Okay. There we go. And now we're going to add the oil. Okay? About a cup of oil. Whoop. I hope that's not too much for this container that I have. Okay. So the key, y'all, I've made it a couple of times, and sometimes it ends up better than others. A good batch of mayonnaise is a little bit elusive for me. But the first thing you do is you put your immersion blender on top of that egg. And we're just gonna do this until it starts looking. I mean, see, y'all see it? It looks yellow. Why do you look so yellow? You don't want to start raising it until it starts looking like mayonnaise. Maybe that's too much mustard. There it comes. It's starting to look a little white. Wait, it's y'all. Look at that. Can you? Is my arm showing this the whole time? Like, y'all, that is thick. Look at that. And make sure I got it all the way around. Alright. Y'all were my good luck charm. Because this might be the best looking mayonnaise. Y'all, I could not have done this without you. It is so, y'all look at this. It is so thick that it is holding, can you see that? It's holding its shape. But here's the real test, okay? Y'all, that tastes like mayonnaise. How about that? Okay. That is so cool. Alright, here we go. We're going. That is legit mayonnaise, y'all. I mean, I made some not that long ago. Oh, man. I made some not that long ago. But my husband warned me the other day. He was like, okay, this is how much mayonnaise we have left. Because we had a bunch of store-bought mayonnaise from 4th of July. Like we had Miracle Whip and mayonnaise. And he was like, this is how much we got left. So if you're going to make mayonnaise, you better make it. Because I always talk about not wanting to eat this stuff that from the store. Because it has all those nasty ingredients in it. Y'all, and here you go. Look. That is downright good. That is good. Alright. I wish I knew exactly how I did that. I'm going to have to watch this video back and watch and see how. So I'm going to put this in the fridge for now. But I'm actually about to use it to make chicken salad, or maybe would it be called chicken Waldorf or bleh, chicken Waldorf salad. I just went to the store and got an apple, and so we're gonna we're gonna throw together some chicken salad. I'll show you how to do that next. So next I'm going to make my own concoction, y'all, just of whatever I kind of feel like. For the amount I'm making, probably doesn't need this much apple, but what I'm going to do with the rest of the apple, I'm just putting the whole thing in there. Okay. The next weird ingredient that I'm going to put in here, put you down here. I have some canned beets that have been in my cabinet way too long. They're actually past their best by date. But that's okay, because I don't care. I tasted one, it tastes fine. So now I'm going to put in some beets. It's maybe just more of a chunky salad. Oh, my hair is falling down. I went to the store. I wonder how much of it was falling down whenever I went to the store. Good enough. Alright. I do want a little bit of a vinegar tang to it, so I'm going to put in some relish. Last but not least, we're going to put in some of our chicken. I feel like I should put quite a bit of chicken in there. As much as we have other stuff. We need some. Okay. So we're going to put that much chicken. And then we got to put in our mayonnaise. Look at that. Look at that. Woo. I don't know if that's enough or not. We'll put this in here. We'll use this to kind of start up some. I don't think that's going to be anywhere near enough. Looks like I need more chicken, but that's okay. I mean, I can eat this in a bowl because I'm not going to eat bread. I bet it'll be even better when it's cold, but I do think it's going to need just a touch more mayonnaise. Let's see how it tastes. I'm not going to double dip. I will say, I think it needs a little more mayonnaise. And that's enough. Bless you. I'm still amazed at how this tastes. I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator. And then after I stir this up, I'll probably put it back in the refrigerator as well, because I like everything cold. Like tuna salad, whenever I make tuna salad, if I'm hungry, I'll put it in the freezer to let it cool off real fast for like 15-20 minutes so that it will be cold when I eat it, because I love everything cold. I used to eat frozen bread. When I had birthdays, I would eat frozen cake. Like when I was a kid, my mom would put the rest of the, like after my birthday, she'd put the rest of the cake in the freezer. And I would just get it out, slice a piece, and put it back. Same thing with bread. Like a loaf of bread, my mom would buy a loaf of bread. And she would buy extra, and she would keep one loaf in the freezer. And I would keep getting into the freezer and getting a piece of bread to eat frozen because I loved frozen bread. And so one day she went to get the loaf of bread out of the freezer, and there wasn't hardly any bread left in it. So she had to go to the store and buy more bread because I'd been eating it. So anyway, I'm going to taste this one more time before I put it in the freezer. Or not the freezer, in the refrigerator. So anyway, this is... Let me get my face out of the way. How it looks. Mm-hmm. They're so good. Okay. I'm going to stop this video here. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Tomorrow I will be making more recipes with the chicken and some other stuff. So, but I need to get this one up for you now. And so I'm going to stop here so I can post it before the day's over. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.